Welcome back to another Five Video family. I am your boy Jay Elevate, and we about to levitate. Today, we're going to explore how StockX authenticate their products from toys, sneakers, whatever it may be. And you're going to find this quite interesting because StockX just hired Pilar Toro for their integrity program in terms of when it comes to fashion, when it comes to making sure that sneakers, whatever the product may be, that it is authenticated properly. Now, she has a wide resume, right? Working for a lot of high-end luxury companies. But the question is like a lot of people would say, hey, StockX sold a lot of fakes. And listen, Nike was suing them, if you guys remember. And then StockX did come back and say, you know what? We're not really going to give you an authentication that this kick is really authenticated 100%, but we will do our best to make sure that the silhouette or whatever product you're buying from them is best to our knowledge as not being a fake. But StockX at the end of the day sells a lot of products every day, from sneakers, toys, to clothes, basketball cards, sports cards, whatever it may be, even though they had a bad hit on them for quite a bit of time with that Nike situation. But let's go ahead and look at this video. Hey, it's live. Let's get to it. So right here, you guys are going to definitely see how they operate with their products and frauds and fake department. Here we go.
Inside this secret warehouse in New Jersey is a treasure trove of the hottest gifts for the holidays. From sneakers, fashions, and accessories to gaming equipment and toys, even super rare Labubus.
Now, if you guys can see right now, right, they're talking about rare Labubus, but we already know the Labubu game is already dying out. So when you guys go to these sneaker cons, all these sneaker fests, half of the products out there that are being sold were Labubus, and now you're not really seeing Labubus like that. So this is kind of funny how trends just come and go very quickly. Let's get back into it.
All available on StockX, a resale site for merch nearly impossible to find in stores.
A lot of the product that your kids, your friends probably want are not the products that are sitting on retail shelves in abundance. Yep. They want something that is unique.
CEO Greg Schwartz says StockX is a global marketplace connecting sellers with buyers looking for hard-to-find products.
Now, chat, I'll tell you guys right this. I agree with that 1,000% because when we're talking about particularly sneakers, even like Pokemon cards, everybody is trying to obtain something that everybody cannot have, and those items are more desirable.
We have hundreds of thousands of items in our catalog. If a buyer comes in and places a bid or buys it, you would then get a shipping label that you can print, send it to one of our facilities, and we'll verify it and ship it right out to the buyer.
Counterfeiting and fraud has become a multi-billion-dollar industry. How are you trying to stay a step ahead and fight the fraud?
It's exactly that. It's the constant push to stay a step ahead because it's evolving.
Other popular resale sites like The Real Real, GOAT, and eBay say they rigorously screen products for authenticity. StockX gave us an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how they do it.
I've got the fake, you've got the real one?
Yeah, whether it be the...
Now, chat, pay close attention how StockX authenticate sneakers right here. This is something that's very important because, again, right, we've already known them to sell a lot of fakes, but a lot of people still use StockX, so pay close attention.
Box, whether it be the type of stitching they use, there's always something that doesn't exactly match up.
Anthony, Tay, and Andrew are among the company's 300 verification experts trained to weed out fakes by inspecting every detail. From the packaging on this Labubu,
we want to look at the box itself. We have that very iconic, the Monsters logo.
Yeah, there's space between the M and the O. The M and the O don't overlap.
Exactly.
So that means it's fake.
It's fake.
To the stitching and care tag on this Denim Tears hoodie.
I'm going to pay attention to the wash care instructions. So these are very consistent, very clean. These are way too bolded if you look at the two.
Yes, very different. And the material of the tag is different as well.
Yeah, the material is completely different.
Now, guys, I'm going to say this, right? This isn't a hit on StockX, but what I want to tell you guys is that all platforms have been caught with selling fakes, right? Because, again, fakes are getting really good. The quality is just getting so much better. And sometimes things just happen. Unfortunately, I would say for StockX is that they were just really highly pushed out in terms of how many fakes were getting past them, their authenticators. So maybe StockX has done a better job in terms of when it comes to quality control, making sure that fakes are not getting past them. And maybe they're working with Nike, Reebok, Adidas, and all these other brands to get trained up to ensure that the products that they're selling are not fake.
Sniff out fakes? Anthony even smells these Air Jordans.
You should get that leathery smell. If it smells anything too chemically, too strong, that's a red flag.
You can smell the difference.
I can smell the difference.
They've also invested in new scanners that literally see inside a product's construction. Their tech Andy showed us the difference between a real Travis Scott sneaker versus a fake.
The inauthentic one, you can see that the air unit's a lot smaller. It's a lot more flat.
So the real shoe has this whole air pocket in the heel.
Yes.
But the dupe, much smaller, not as well made. And this isn't something you could see with the naked eye.
No.
Schwartz says they verify.
You guys see that? He said this is things you cannot see with the naked eye. But she did mention that, hey, the quality was really not the same. But if you don't know what you're doing, you might get got. So, hey, they're investing in upping their products to ensure that, hey, you know what? You guys are not getting any fakes from StockX. So, I mean, I think that's a really good sign.
Verify tens of thousands of products every day, but it's not foolproof. This summer, StockX settled a lawsuit after Nike sued them for selling counterfeit sneakers.
What should customers take from that?
Look, if a customer has an issue ever, we have a buyer promise. We stand behind every single product that's sold on this platform. If you have a concern or an issue, you can send it back to us. We'll make it right.
A lot of our viewers are moms that are going to be shopping for their families for the holidays. What is your message to someone who's never heard of StockX before?
Wow.
My message is come check it out. For the hottest gift, the items that are most trending at any given time, that's what we're known for. Some of that's above retail, some of that's priced below retail. There's great value there.
Now, if you are planning to buy from a real resale site, especially if it is a hot item, you want to make sure you go to a legitimate marketplace, and you also want to check the site's authenticity guarantee. It should always allow you to return items if you think they're counterfeit or defective. And I think
so. I definitely want to say I agree with that. I agree with that 1,000%, y'all. So, StockX looks like they are changing their whole entire structure, right, and getting better with more up-to-date equipment. So this situation hopefully will never happen again. And again, they did say, hey, if something's not right, send it back. They'll take a look at it and they'll ensure they make it right. So, you know, it seems like they're making a good turnover. But the question is because they just hired, right, this young lady, Pilar, right? They just hired her. I'm just wondering how she's going to absolutely improve the training of those 300 authenticators that StockX says that they have, right? What is her absolute goal when it comes to improving the quality of products that's going through? And so she has a long list of history of like 20 years in the resale market when it comes to integrity. And so I do think this is a very good change. But the thing is like, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. We already know Cool Kicks situation, right? So Cool Kicks was, right, he's being indicted, right, potentially being looked at for selling hot items, which means stolen goods, okay? So if you guys take a look, right, if you go to StockX right now, you can see, you can buy the Zion Voodoos early. How is this possible? Right? Let's think about this because Cool Kicks, he had a lot of silhouettes that were unreleased, right? 2,100 pairs, right? But he had a lot of them that were not released silhouettes. How are people getting these silhouettes and how they are selling them to third-party companies like StockX, GOAT, right? Flight Club. How is this happening? Are the major corporations, are they a part of the early release pairs of giving them or selling them, I should say, to StockX, GOAT, and so forth? So that's the real question. Are there employees backdooring sneakers? We already know for certain places like, hey, you go to Foot Locker, you go somewhere, you may have a manager. Some people might know somebody and they say, hey, I'm going to take this whole pallet off of you. I'll charge you X, Y, and Z. Boom. We already know backdooring happens, which is still illegal. But how? How are these products are being sold early if they're not supposed to be released is really the main question I have for you guys today. We do have an update. The Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low of 2026, and there are 2 pairs that are releasing. And you know what? The Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott, they sell out. I told you guys, in my opinion, they need to just get away from that Air Jordan 1 Low. And Nike is absolutely going to just burn out that silhouette till they cannot do anything else for themselves when it comes to selling sneakers. So the question is, when will you guys stop buying the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott and let Nike get creative in giving Travis Scott a whole different collaboration or a whole new silhouette? Because again, that Jumpman Jack is dead. Chat, if you enjoyed today's content, like, share, subscribe, hit that post notification bell for all of your updated information needs. Hey, you know the mob.